Not much, doing good. Enjoying the good weather here.
Yeah. How is it over there?
It's pretty nice right now. Like sunny, 80s. Nothing other to ask for.
Yeah, it's not like the craziness of the Tampa heat over here. Did you get a chance to experience the crazy Tampa heat before you left?
No, not really. I think it wasn't crazy at that point. It was still pretty enjoyable.
Yeah, I hear that,
But
man.
yeah,
So what
I heard it's pretty bad, right? I mean, not bad, but like pretty hot and humid.
Yeah, stay over there as long as you can, my friend, before you end up coming back. I wore my special Cristiano Ronaldo jersey for you.
Nice.
Listen, as soon as he came back, I had to get the jersey because he's, obviously one of the greatest of all time. But what have you been up to, man? What's the off season been like for you over there in Switzerland?
I'm mostly just spending time with family and friends, saying hi to everyone that I haven't seen in the last couple of months, 9 months, 10 months. So just spending quality time with them, and then other than that, like being active, playing golf a little bit, being out on the lake, and then started working out again a week ago now. So yep,
How's
that's
your
about
golf
it.
game? How's your golf game looking?
Oh, it's coming along. It's getting better. It's getting better.
I mean, you're playing on the blue line with guys like Radish and Perbix. I mean, two guys that they're always telling me how great their golf game. Did you have like a little bit more of a push to get better because those guys are always talking about it?
Yes and no. It's obviously always interesting to talk with them about it. They always give me little tips. But yeah, also even without them would be always nice in summer to work on your golf game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. What was it like, man? First year with the Tampa Bay Lightning. We'll get to playing with Hetty in a second, but just what was it like to? Because I said this earlier this year. I don't know if anybody's become a fan favorite as quick as you have. I mean, people just loved you from the beginning. They loved the way you play. You went out with an injury when you came back. Everybody was so excited to see you. What was it like being here in the Tampa Bay area and playing in front of that crowd at Amalie Arena?
Special for sure. I mean, yeah, coming from an organization like Arizona where it's a little bit different. It was
Mhm.
new to me, but super exciting. I mean, the fans are crazy, and we love that.
Mhm.
So the fans are super supportive. You feel it all around the city. Wherever you go, you see people, well, that you think are random people just wearing a Tampa Bay Lightning shirt,
Yeah.
doing whatever, going to church almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
man.
just walking around in Tampa gear, and it's nice to see it, and you feel everywhere, like the banners. It's always go Bolts, go Lightning, whatever. So it has been, yeah, a ton of fun.
Did you know that before you came here? Because I know some people, because I grew up in New York, so original six market. I knew that people liked the Lightning here. I didn't know it was that intense. Did you know how passionate the fan base was down here before you came here, or was it a little surprising when you got traded?
It was certainly a little surprising
Mm,
because you still have that kind of feel, because like whatever 10 years ago it was still more the southern teams, like Florida
right.
teams,
Hmm.
empty stadiums a little bit. I still had that a little bit in mind. Obviously I was aware that it changed
Yeah,
with
yeah.
winning the cups, and like being a great team for like a lot of years now, but I wasn't aware that it was that rooted in the society, in the city, in all the people from town.
Yeah, it's amazing to be able to watch and how much it's grown. And I've been here 20 years now, and just to see the growth, it's insane. It really is. And being at pretty much so many of the home games the last couple of years, and unfortunately the season ended the way it did. Have you been able to watch any of the playoffs after you guys got knocked out? It's still tough. I mean, I watch it, but it's still tough to know that you guys aren't playing. And it's crazy to think that you guys are, of how long ago you guys got knocked out and they're still playing like 6 weeks later, right? Like you guys could still be playing right now. Are you one of those people that still keeps an eye on everything, or do you just kind of like, I'm not worried about it because we're not in it?
Well, I'd say I keep a half eye on it. I
Right.
mean, I'm not really interested anymore that much,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm still a fan of hockey. I'm always going to be a
Right.
fan of hockey, so I always enjoy watching the highlights, seeing what they're doing. but yeah, every time you see it, it kind of hurts a little bit. Like opens up the wound again because you
Mm-hmm.
like obviously it doesn't look that close on paper or on the score sheet, but you felt it. You felt it that you were like really close, and now you see the team that you got knocked out is in a prime position to win the whole thing. So that obviously always, yeah, kind of lets you feel the pain again.
What was the thing? What was the thing you think that was the reason why you guys came up short against Florida? Because it was tight. I mean, I was at every single one of the games, and it wasn't, even though it was just 5 games, it wasn't one of those things where it was like, wow, they blew them out, and there was one close one. Like every single one of those games, pretty much were nip and tuck, and you guys were that close. What do you think gave them the edge to win that series?
Well, from playing in the games and against them, you felt that you're right there, and then you're better at times. But I just felt in the crucial moments, they were just colder. They were just, I don't know, maybe they had more confidence to turn the game around when they needed it.
Right.
But
Mm-hmm.
it was just those, yeah, little moments where they were better. Game one, they scored 3 power play goals.
Yeah.
Game two, they got 1 goal, and then they just found a way to lock it down, and
Right.
then came back in game three, and then game four, you had the exact same situation, a tight game, you're up one, you just gotta yeah find a way to not get scored in the last 3 minutes like they did when they came to our
Mm-hmm.
home, and then it would be even series 2-2, and then yeah everything can happen, and same in game five. Like I mean, right after a power play coming out of the box. It's just those little moments where they were, I don't know, more composed,
Yeah.
smarter. I don't know. They probably have the groove of winning it last year. They have
Right.
the confidence of finding that little thing you need in those moments. I think that was yeah the biggest difference that yeah
The difference between you guys.
momentum
Mm-hmm.
changing moments that they were a little bit better.
Yeah. I mean, I know I'm supposed to be objective, but just being around you guys so much, like I'm, of course, I want you guys to win, and being up in the stands there in South Florida, Game 4, that close to the game being tied, and then all of a sudden they scored, everybody's going, and for us as the media members, you're shell shocked. You're about to walk into the locker room, and Hetty and Mac are about to talk, and it's tough for us to process it as a media. I can't imagine, being guys in that game, because you're a human being at the end of the day. You're a professional athlete, yeah, but you're a human being. I asked you this question late in the regular season. I asked you in the locker room, what's the difference between, with this team? What makes you guys stand out? And you said something to the effect of like the skill. You guys have a lot of skill. And you mentioned, there's only a few teams in the league that have the type of skill that you guys have. If the skill is there, what do you guys then need to change going into next season so that when you get an opportunity, when you're in a tight series, that you can come out on top? Can you use maybe the experience from this year to kind of help you in those tough moments? Do you maybe lean on the vets a little bit more, guys that have been there? I mean, is there a big change, or is it just because they're so close, you just kind of got to stay with it?
Yeah, it's more staying with it. If I would say if I would have to say anything, it would be
Rather than a big change, right?
yeah.
Okay.
It would probably kind of be the kind of playoff hockey because
Yeah.
the skill we have is yeah undoubtedly amazing, and that helps us in the regular season. But I feel the more playoff hockey you play, even now looking at all the playoffs,
Right.
like the goals are less coming from skill of nice plays, and that
Mm-hmm.
most of the goals are just because it's so tight and everyone's so good. It's it's more just like bouncy pucks and rebounds and
Mm-hmm.
tips and net front. I think I think if anything that would be it to just yeah get on another level in those aspects and kind of being better at playing playoff hockey,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Like taking that skill but apply it to like more of a playoff hockey where you have the mindset of not thinking, oh, we're just gonna make nice plays and then we're gonna score one-timer top cheese. So more of let's just use our skill to bring the puck to the net, to tip them, to get the rebounds. Because you saw it, most of the goals are from those situations, and now you can also see like how with Florida, like that third line scores a lot of
Right.
goals like that,
Mm-hmm.
even though without having the skill.
Right. Yeah,
or
exactly.
or not that much skill, but just having also maybe a different skill, which is
Mm-hmm.
finding those loose pucks. I think
Yeah.
maybe that would be something that we could work on, be a little better.
No doubt. Yeah. Luostarinen and Lundell and Marchand has been a big pickup for them. And yeah, Barkov and Bennett are going to get theirs and Reinhart. But you're right. It's those gritty goals that kind of put you over the top. What was it like playing with Victor Hedman? Because, I've been around here his entire career, and it's not easy to play with Victor because sometimes he's a little bit of a wild horse, man. He goes all over the place and he's able to get back. That's the thing, is like he has that free reign to be able to get up the ice because he's, he takes 5 strides. He's from one end of the ice to the other. But we've seen defensemen in the past have issues. We've seen other defensemen, guys like Jan Rutta and Anton Strawman, doing a good job. And you have just fit in so well with him. What is it about your game and his game that meshes together so well?
It's the way we see the game. I think that's what I would say. I think we think the game kind of similar to where we're not stuck in your left, your right.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be there. You gotta always be there. And if you're not there, I'm gonna panic and be confused. So that kind of fluid idea of the game, to just read where the other guy is, and then you make a play from there. If he's whatever going down the blue line, or if he's up, then you just read it and then you just make a play. And you're not like surprised or scared if he tries something or goes down, goes in, whatever. So I think that's kind of why it worked out pretty well. That we're just both reading off each other, and we're not scared to try things and to be in different places than we usually would be. So
The standard.
Yeah.
The standard left and right defenseman. Because I know for years, John Cooper's always wanted, let me get a left defenseman on the left, let me get a right defenseman on the right. But with you, even very early on, it was like, no, even though JJ is a left-handed guy, he's going to play on the right side. Throughout your career, left, right, did it matter for you? And was that an adjustment coming here, knowing that, you were going to play on the right side, but also it was going to be, you're going to be moving around a little bit because Heddy does have that free reign?
Growing up, you would always just play where you were needed, or like it didn't matter that much. It was just two guys that work well together. They play together,
right?
And then the more professional I got, you kind of it makes more sense. It's more natural for a lefty to play on the left side,
right,
and a righty to play on the right side. So when it lined up, you would usually play on your strong side. So professionally, I played more on the left side. I played like 2 years ago. I played half a season as a righty. I certainly had less of an issue than other guys, because I was always kind of not so stuck in one position. I was always like, I'll figure it out. And this season for sure took time to acquire skills that you haven't had before, because you never had to do certain movements in that kind of high pace game on the right side. So it was about acquiring a new skill, taking it off the boards on your backhand, and that whole movement, and then creating out of that. So had to work on that, and I'm still working on that this summer to obviously get better at that and just be more effective on that offside.
What is it like to play, because you faced him in the past, but what is it like to play on the same team as Nikita Kucherov and Braden Point? And what is it like to be able to see those guys just operate on a speed and a level that is just, you watch that, you're like, holy smokes, man, it's tough to put into words.
Yeah, it's obviously better if you have them in your team than to play against them. I can say that much, but no, it's impressive. The way they move, the way yeah, see the game. Sometimes you're on the bench and you didn't even see the play, and they're like having four guys around them and they still see the play, and you're so, where did that come from?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it makes sense. You see them every day in practice, and in summer you see all the little things that they're working on, and then you realize, okay, it's not even it's not even luck. It's not even a blind pass. Sometimes you think, oh, it was a blind pass, but it wasn't, because they're already scanning the field 2 seconds earlier. And when they get the puck, they know exactly where the passing lane is, and it's not even a blind pass. So you see where it's coming from, and you see the work they put in. So yeah, it all makes sense when you're, or the moment you're with them in the team and you see what they do every day. It makes complete sense.
All right, I got to ask you about the real issues here. What are we thinking about our
The,
off
the
season?
tough issues, the
This
tough
is
issues.
this is for all those watching for the first time. The majority of the time that JJ and I speak in the locker room, it has nothing to do with hockey, and it has completely everything to do with our favorite football team, the Manchester United Red Devils. All right, what do you think of the off season so far, my friend?
So far, what happened so far? It didn't happen that much so far.
No, Cunha. They got Cunha, the guy from the Wolves.
Yeah, but they knew that already half a year ago.
Who do you
They
want to
already did
see?
half a year ago.
They need more guys, man. We can't go into the
Yeah,
season. I mean,
like
we need a lot.
when is the transfer window closing?
I don't know. I think it's
They
all
still have
summer long.
time. They
Yeah,
still
they
have
do.
time.
What made you become a Manchester United fan?
What's that?
How did you become a Manchester United fan?
Uh, I was I was always a Manchester United fan since I can remember. I don't know. It was that team, like in the 2008, around when they won the treble. But I
Mhm.
just always had jerseys from Van Nistelrooy, Van der Sar, and then the whole squad with Ferdinand, Vidic, Evra. Like all the players were just, I don't know. I just always loved them, and then yeah, followed them. Probably because I got a jersey when I was a kid. But yeah, what do I want to see? We need a leader. We need a leader in center midfield. That's what we need.
Yeah,
I already told you Fernandez is a brilliant player, but he ain't the leader that this team needs.
we need a Roy Keane type guy. That's what you
Yes,
want.
we need a Roy Keane.
You
Exactly.
you need somebody to elbow somebody in the face if they don't do something
Exactly.
well. What other team? Do you have any other favorite teams in any other sports?
The Dolphins.
You're the
The
what
Dolphins. We're
really?
we're yeah, weird story. I think when I was 7 or 10 years old, we traveled to Mexico, and then we stopped by Dallas Airport, and then my parents bought me this American football, like a small American football with the dolphin on there, and ever since then I was just a Dolphins fan. I don't know, because maybe because of the color, maybe because of the dolphin, but I just always had that mini football since I was whatever 7 or 10, and yeah, it was same thing. It's tough to follow the Dolphins, and it's tough to follow Man United in the last 10 years. So
Unbelievable. All right, I want to get one question in before you leave. First off, happy belated birthday. I know you just turned 25 on June 6th. Happy birthday there. And Chan Leonard wants to know, can you please ask JJ what do you think is Coach Cooper's best coaching quality? I'm fascinated with his style and would love to know what JJ thinks. Coach Cooper's best coaching quality.
I think it's his confidence and calmness. I think I've had other coaches that think they have to whatever yell or be loud or whatever, do some little tricks to show who's the boss, kind of,
Mhm.
who's who's in charge. And I think with him, he never feels the need to do that. I think he just says what he needs to say and what he wants to say, and he feels like that's enough, and he doesn't need to underline that with being loud or being whatever, doing crazy little games for the players to make him, yeah, to make the players listen to him. And then the calmness, if things are not going well, he knows exactly what needs to change, and then he also knows that it probably takes a little bit longer than you would like as a player, as a coach. You would always love to have the solution and that it works like next practice, next game,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not always like that. So I think those are two things that he does really well.
When are you coming back to Tampa?
It's going to be early September.
Nice,
when it
man.
cools down a little bit.
Yes, you're a smart man. Tampa Bay Lightning defenseman JJ Moser, and of course, fan of the greatest soccer team on the planet, Manchester United. JJ, I appreciate it, my man. Thank you so much. Happy belated birthday again. Enjoy the rest of your summer, man. We'll see you in September. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Enjoy
You got it,
summer in
buddy.
Tampa.
All right, buddy. See ya.